Financial services provided by the banks. The banks provides us with various important services, out of which we have listed a few and we will be discussing them now. First, we shall start with the bank draft. Now first I will explain you and then we shall go to read what is presented in front of us. First, understand. Suppose I, Mr. X, I want to pay money to Mr. Y. Clear? And how much is the money? I have to pay him maybe 40,000 rupee. Correct? So I am not giving him in hand cash. What am I doing? I am going to a bank, depositing 40,000 there, asking the bank to make a bank draft for me. So what is the bank doing? The bank is taking 40,000 cash from me, and in respect of that they are making a draft for me. Now as because they are making a draft for me, they will charge some commission or they can charge some banking expenses. So you can say that instead of 40,000 I might have to pay 100, 200, 500 rupee extra as the banking charge. Clear? I go, I give 40,000 and I get my bank draft prepared. At the same time I pay the banking charges to the bank. Now I have my draft with me. What do? I go to Mr. Y and I hand him over the draft. That take Mr. Y, this is your draft, you take it and whenever you want your money, you can go deposit in the bank and take money from there. So Mr. Y is very happy. Now Mr. Y is who? Mr. Y is the payee. See, you can see one term over here, pay. So Mr. Y is the pay. So the pay presents the draft in whatever bank he feels like. Okay, so he goes, he presents the draft there and in exchange of the draft he gets his 40,000 rupee. And to the bank which he goes, that bank is called as the drawee bank. Understood the whole concept? Now we are going to read it. A bank draft is a financial instrument with the help of which money can be remitted from one place to another or from one person to another. Okay? Anyone can obtain a bank draft after depositing the amount in the bank. Okay, like I wanted a bank draft, so what did I had to do? I had to deposit the amount in the bank and then I can obtain a bank draft. So the bank issues a draft for the amount, so means 40,000, in its own branch at other places or other banks on those places. The payee can present the draft on the drawee bank and collect the money. The bank charges some commission for issuing a bank draft. Very simple concept. If I have to transfer money to someone, what do? I go to a bank, I deposit the cash there and I ask them to get me a bank draft. So they will get me a bank draft. For that they will charge some commission. I get my draft, I go, I give it to the person whom I had to pay the money. Now the draft is with that person. Now that person who is the payee, he goes to a bank. That bank is called the drawee bank and then he collects his money. Simple bank draft. Now moving on to point number 2. Point number 2 says banker's check or pay order. Now what is a banker's check or a pay order? It is almost like a bank draft. It refers to the bank draft which is payable within the town. That means if I have to make payment locally or within the town, then I can go for the banker's check. Okay? In other words, the bank issues pay order for local purposes and issues bank drafts for outside transactions. Means the concept of the bank draft and the concept of banker's check or pay order is almost same. The only difference is that if the payment has to be made locally, that is for the local purpose, then we can get a pay order. But if the payment has to be made for outside transactions, then we can go for a bank draft. Understood? No difference here. Next comes is the bank overdraft. Now what is a bank overdraft? Under the bank overdraft or under the system of bank overdraft, a customer who has a current account, Now this facility is given to the customers who are having a current account. And what is the current account? We have learned in our last lecture. So a customer who is having a current account, what he gets a benefit. Now what is that benefit? He is allowed to withdraw more money than deposited in his account. Meaning to say, suppose he is having only 20,000 in his bank account, in his current account rather. But he wants to withdraw 25,000. So logically, can he withdraw? If he is having a balance of only 20,000 and he is wanting 25,000, he cannot withdraw. But as because he is having a current account, he will get this facility of bank overdraft. That means he will be able to withdraw more money than what is actually deposited in his account. And this extra amount, if we consider our example, 5,000 rupee, that is called as the overdraft. Now the question may arise that, ma'am, how are we giving anyone the permission to withdraw extra money? They can take away the money and not return. So to that, answer comes in the next line. This facility is available to the trustworthy customers for a small period of time. This facility is usually given against the security of some assets or on the security of the customer. Moreover, interest is charged on the actual amount overdrawn by the customer. Understood? So in the first line, we studied that the consumers who are having a current account, they can take the benefit of this facility. But that does not mean that all the consumers who are having current account, they will get that facility. No, only this is given to the trustworthy customers. Trustworthy customers means the customers who have good banking history, they have good credit score. To them, the bank knows that even if I give them some kind of loan, overdraft is a kind of loan only. So if I give them this overdraft, they will return my money. Okay? And also to make it more securable, what is done? They are asked to put something as security. Means if in case they are unable to pay the money back, the bank will confiscate some of their property or the assets which they have kept as mortgage. Understood? Mortgage, I hope you understand. In Hindi basically we called it girvi rakhna. So if I take that overdraft, so in respect of that, I have to keep some of my assets or any of my personal property as girvi. Now, if I am unable to pay back the money, what happens? The bank comes and confiscates that personal property or that asset. Moreover, I have to pay the interest. Now, interest on which amount? Interest on the amount overdrawn by the consumer. So, in my example, what was the amount that was overdrawn by the consumer? It was how much? 5,000. So, on that 5,000, that interest has to be paid. Clear? Bank overdraft is clear. Now we shall move to the last services provided by the bank, and that is cash credit. Now what is cash credit? It is also very similar to the concept of bank overdraft. Let's read to find it out. Under this arrangement, the bank advances cash loan up to a specified limit against current assets and other securities. Okay, that means over here also the bank is trying to give us some loan. Okay, up to a specified limit. And that also over here we have to give some assets or other securities as mortgage. Understood? Don't you think it's very similar to the bank overdraft? The bank opens an account in the name of the borrower and allows him to withdraw the borrowed money from time to time subject to the sanctioned limit. Interest is charged on the amount actually withdrawn. Now what did we get to understand here? We got to understand that over here cash loan is provided up to a specified limit, and also in respect of that cash loan we have to put some of our assets as mortgage, right? But did you find a difference? Over here, the bank is opening an account separately and then the consumer is allowed to withdraw the money. But in bank overdraft, what happened? To all the customers who are the trustworthy current account holders, they are allowed to use this facility. There is no separate opening of a bank account. If I am a current account holder, so I can take the benefit of bank overdraft. I cannot take the benefit of bank overdraft. And if I take the benefit of the bank overdraft, I do not have to open a separate account. But over here, what is that? If I want to take the facility of cash credit, then from beginning, I have to get an account open. And then I will be allowed to withdraw a specified amount to a specified limit. Suppose my limit is 50,000. So I can withdraw sanction limit. So I can withdraw amount up to 50,000 only. And on every withdrawal that I do, I have to pay some interests. Clear cash credit. Over here also, the borrower is allowed to withdraw up to a certain limit against this any kind of security, but the difference over here is that over here one separate account has to be opened and interest is charged. That is simple. Understood? So that was about the financial services that are offered by the banks. So that is all for today. We'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.